you've as you got to know me, I'm a stat person.
Yep.
So, but history, okay, there's never been two teammates that were top 5 in the Heisman voting that were on a 3-loss team in the history of the award.
Oh, now
I don't know how he's not the Heisman Trophy winner. I mean, I'm a voter. I got my ballot today. I turned it in within probably the first hour. I generally wait until the conference title games are over because, a lot of the candidates are in those.
Yeah.
I didn't wait this time because to me, there's nothing that can change my opinion this coming weekend. And so we're not allowed to reveal who it is, who we have on our ballot until it's all done.
No worries. You don't have to, Brian.
But I have no idea how Travis Hunter is not the Heisman Trophy winner. I'll just put it that way.
There you go.
And everybody can vote a top 3. So you can only put 3 on there. To me, it just comes, the drama, if you're a CU fan, comes down to is Shedeur included in that finalist group when it's announced next Monday? I think that's because to me, Travis is it. But, does Shedeur join him there?
Well, it's funny you said that because one of the other guys who they're thinking should join Travis there would be Dillon Gabriel, the quarterback from Oregon. Yes, he has more wins, number 1 team in the country, but his stats compared to Shedeur's stats, Shedeur is actually leading him in all the categories except for wins, right?
Yep. Everything. Well, I mean, everything. I mean, it's I had another tweet out there that Shedeur he leads the country in completion percentage. Okay. I think he's 2nd in yards. He's 2nd in touchdowns. And I think he's 5th in passer rating. He's the only quarterback in the country that's top 13 in all those categories, let alone top 5. So
he's the only QB in Division I history with at least 14,000 yards, 132 touchdowns, and a 70% completion rate. Goodness.
Yeah.
Gracious.
Which, look, you're out in Hawaii, so you got to give a special nod to Colt Brennan.
Shout out to Colt.
Because RIP. Colt, you had to get very specific with that tweet that I put out there because Colt has a few more yards than Shedeur. He's at a higher percentage than Shedeur. He's like 70.4. Shedeur's at 70.2. And Colt has 131 touchdowns. So Colt's right there. And Colt did it in 11 fewer games. So Colt Brennan, you have to give him a lot of credit too because he's up there. But
shout out to June Jones. Shout out to all those receivers Colt had. And Timmy Chang, who did it, a couple years before Colt Brennan, when we went out there when we came out here to play in the Hawaii Bowl, and it was a shootout, but I think they lit us up for like 50-something points, man. 50-something to 49, I think. Is
that who you played against? Was Timmy?
Yeah, we played against Timmy Chang and Chad Owens and them, a great squad that was out here.
So let me since we're talking Heisman, let me give you a stat here, okay? Because people talk about quarterback wise, who's the 3 that they talk about?
Okay,
it's Shedeur, it's Dillon Gabriel, and then Cam Ward, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So Cam Ward, I think, is up there too. I think his loss the other day probably hurts him. But to me, the quarterback stat, an important quarterback stat is what impact do you have on the team, right?
Right.
So Miami, number 1 in the nation in scoring, a jump of 12.7 points over last year before Cam got there. That's impressive. Colorado, number 24 in scoring. It's a 6.3 jump over last year. It's a 19-point jump over 2022 before Shedeur got there. Dillon Gabriel, Oregon's at 19th in the country in scoring. They're averaging 9 fewer points than they did last year with Bo Nix. So Oregon's offense is worse.
That's interesting.
With Dillon Gabriel than it was with Bo Nix. So I look at those three, I'm like, Dillon Gabriel.
Yeah, that just eliminated him right there. If you really look at those stats and he's down like that,
he's a great player. But when you're nitpicking all those things, I look at it and say, of the 3 quarterbacks, the least impactful to his team is Dillon Gabriel.
Interesting. Shout out to Dillon too. No hate, because he's from out here. He's from out here in Hawaii, also Mililani High School. So
he's a great player.
He's a great quarterback. Yeah, he's going to be a great quarterback in the pros too, I think. But going head to head with Shedeur Sanders, and like you said, the impact on his squad and what he's done, I think Shedeur should definitely be right there with Travis. Also with him helping Travis to get there. If you look at the campaign the Heisman campaign package that was sent out to the voters. I'm thinking you got one too. It also included what?
I don't have it
Shedeur
yet, but I'm
Sanders.
getting it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I saw the preview online, but
Yeah.
it included Shedeur Sanders in that. So it's HEISMEN is
Right.
what the promotion Colorado is going with to try to get both of them there, as they should.
Yeah, and they should be there, and it would be unique. You know,
Yeah.
there's never been. You've as you got to know me, you know I'm a stat person.
Yeah.
So, but history, okay, there's never been two teammates that were top 5 in the Heisman voting that were on a 3-loss team in the history of the award.
Mm.
And I think it's going to happen. I don't know if it's enough to get Shedeur to New York because the top 4 will go to New York, but he'll be top 5 in my opinion.
And if so top 4 goes to New York. I don't know why I was still thinking it was 3. Was one year, was it 3 or something like that?
It kind of varies, but I
Okay.
read something the other day that they determined it's 4. So
Okay.
the last few years they made it 4.
All right. Real quick, we're not going to stay on it too much longer. We'll move on. But off the top, we'll say Travis Hunter, Ashton Genty, and the 3rd and 4th one is kind of up for grabs, I would think, with overall with Gabriel, Ward, Shedeur, and is there one person I'm missing? What's the other person that was up there? Is that it?
Yeah, I mean you've probably got to throw the Indiana quarterback in there, Rourke.
Oh yeah, well, yeah,
for what he's doing. But beyond that, it's like I don't know who it is. I mean,
I think that's the top 5 right there. So
yeah.
we very well could see, depending on how the votes go, could see Shedeur Sanders there with Travis Hunter at the Heisman Trophy ceremony. I would love to see it, man. That'll be something different. Big dog keep winning the place to be. And now, run them likes up.